This has got to be at least the 20th, maybe the 30th video I've done on preventing V8 catastrophic engine failure on these old M116 and M117 V8 engines. The problem is in the valve train, and the problem is chain stretch. The problem is oiler clips. The problem is chain guide rails break. And if you lose a chain guide rail and it gets jammed in the chain, it throws the chain, the pistons come up and hit the valves. If the chain breaks, the whole engine's wiped out. So pay attention. This is one of the first things you want to do when you're looking at the engine. And one of these old Mercedes, you want to get the valve covers off, particularly on the V8s that you see here. And you're going to do some inspection. The first thing I do is I grab the chain and look at that. Okay, let me show you the other sign that you may have a loose chain. This is one of the first things I look at when I pull the valve covers. I look right up here in the front. And if you see grooves, those are the grooves from the chain. That means the chain is so loose that it's coming up and hitting the top of the valve cover. That's a sure sign that you need to replace that chain. If you hear a rattling noise at startup, like that usually means the chain has stretched. And I'm telling you, you better replace it. And if you're looking at this video in 2026, I'm concerned that the timing chains may go out, they may go bye-bye, and if that's the case, that's a real problem. So get an extra chain if you have one of these old V8s. I want to show you the guide rail that's more often broken than any of the others, and that's this one here on the left side, and there's a reason for it. Remember, the engine turns clockwise, so the chain moves this way. So we go over on the other side, on the right bank. When this pulls and goes over the top of this sprocket, it's running tight. It's pulling. But when it goes down inside the engine and comes up here, it's slapping, just like that. See how loose that is? So that slapping, along with it hitting the valve cover, that slapping motion is what breaks this particular guide rail. This is also a problem, so you want to replace both. But this is the one you really want to look at. I've seen more of these broken than any other one. And here's these oiler clips that I told you about. I've actually pulled a valve cover off and I've seen this oiler tube just laying off the side. This is what oils the camshaft. If these clips go and the tube falls off, you're not getting any oil and you're going to wear out the cam. And I've even come up underneath the valve cover and grabbed a hold of this and been able to just pull these off by hand. But these are on there. That doesn't mean they don't need to be replaced. I'd always replace these clips for just preventative reasons. They're not expensive. But at least this one's on tight. I decided I needed to confirm my suspicions about the stretched chain, so I did a timing chain test, which means lining up the marks on the harmonic balancer down there and checking if the marks on the cam line up. Look what I found. Now I turned the engine over, kept turning it over clockwise until I got these two marks perfectly lined up. Now if there's no chain stretch, you should go down on the mark on the harmonic balancer in relationship to that pin, and it should be close to 0. You know, 3 to 5 degrees off is acceptable. 8 to 10, you should change the chain. Well, take a look. We have 12 degrees of timing chain stretch. So this chain needs to be replaced. So this here, folks, we're going to have to add to the list of things to do. In fact, we'll probably do it sooner than later. Installing a timing chain in one of these older V8s is like flying a small airplane. You know, it's inherently safe, but it's totally intolerant of even the slightest mistake. If you make mistakes doing this, you're going to go beyond a big wrench dance. So I take all kinds of precautions when I'm doing this. Notice I got rags over these holes going down into the chain area. If you drop a screw or a bolt down there, you have a big problem, okay? Notice I'm using zip ties. I'm going to be cutting the chain apart here and attaching the new chain and feeding this through. Notice I'm using zip ties, always using zip ties or even small narrow vice grips to make sure that this chain never comes off the sprocket as I'm feeding it in. And then I've got covers here to keep the engine covered when I am not working on it. So when you're doing this job, please exercise caution. And the final recommendation, do not try to do this by yourself. This is a two-man job to prevent mistakes. Check this out. New chain is in. No more slop. Look at that. I can't even lift it off the sprocket. That's a real clue your chain is worn when you can take it right in the center here and lift it off. Look at how tight that is. So chain brought the timing marks right back up on the money. Now I'm changing the oiler tube clips, and these clips, you know, can be a big problem. I'm sure you've read about them, you've heard about them if you have one of these old V8s. You know, after 40, 45 years, these clips can be either real loose or real tight. And if you start prying on them to get them out, they can break. And then you've got to dig those pieces out of the top of the cam towers. Here's another little tip. Just use the heat gun to just warm the clip up before you get underneath and try to pop it off. Some of these clips can really get stuck on these oiler tubes. And I found that just using a heat gun and warming them up, doesn't take a lot, will expand the plastic enough that you can pull them off. Look at how slick that is. Then when you're installing these, do not, and I'm going to repeat, do not hit directly on top with a hammer. You can break them. So when you set them in place, use a chunk of balsa wood. See how it actually creates a cradle? And what you're going to do is you're just going to go down, you're going to tap, you're going to go back and forth a little bit at a time, and eventually when you get down to the bottom, you'll feel the extra kickback when you know the clips are all the way in. But use balsa wood. Don't use hardwood. The engine's back together. That completes part 5 in the valve train inspection. We replace the timing chain, we replace the upper guide rails, and we replace the oiler clips. Now, if you want to do this yourself, I've written a manual, complete manual on how to go through the process of doing all this on your own V8 engine. And we also carry timing chains, guide rails, and associated parts on my website. So with that done, we are ready to move on to the fuel injectors. That's the next part in this series